So it just occurred to me like about a couple hours ago. It was exactly 1 year ago that I played this gig in Cable, Wisconsin with my buddy Carl. And it was a Saturday night for a snowmobile rally. And so afterwards he was like, hey, you can come up and play at the Bayfield school, kind of do like an artist in residency. And you know, it's like a gig. We'll pay, the school district will pay you to come up and play. And that was a Monday. So I had Sunday off between Cable, Wisconsin and Bayfield, Wisconsin. And so what happened was I came up to Bayfield, Wisconsin. I'd never been here before. I had always heard about it. I'd always heard about the islands, the Apostle Islands. And also I was super into cold dipping. I don't know, for some of you that follow my stories, last year I did this story where I jumped in a creek, and that was that weekend that I was driving up to Cable, and I did a creek sort of impromptu cold dip. So then that Sunday I was like, well, dude, if I'm going up to Lake Superior, like, I want to dip in Lake Superior. So the first time that I dipped in Lake Superior was 1 year ago. It was the Polar Plunge, and it just dawned on me that I had gotten to Bayfield and I was standing right here, like right where I am right now, you know, and I'm looking around and I remember this was all frozen in. So I'm standing over here by this ferry and I was looking down here trying to like figure out how I'm going to get into the water, right? Like how I'm going to get anywhere around here. Like there's just like, that's dangerous, because if you get in, you have to be able to get out. So I'm sitting there and I asked this lady, I was like, do you know how to get, like, is there any place to access like a beach or something? Because I didn't really know this area, and this was all frozen, so I didn't know anything about it. And the lady was like, oh, you mean like where they did the Polar Plunge yesterday? And I was like, because what's so great about that is that if there was a Polar Plunge, I had brought my ice saw up. But if there was a Polar Plunge, that means that I didn't have to cut a hole of 2-3 feet of ice, which was awesome, right? So I'm sitting there, I go and find the hole and I dip in the hole. My first time ever dipping Lake Superior. And there was videos of that. There's videos of me next to this ferry over on the other side where we did the Polar Plunge today. And then that night was the very first night, because it was a Sunday, and then the next day was the school gig. But that Sunday night, Carl was like, well, they'll let us play at Morty's if you want. Like, it'll just be a quick one-off. They'll give us some food, like $50 or whatever. And you know, we can play in the afternoon. It was awesome. The community was great. I think we made a couple $100 each in tips. It was fucking sweet, right? And it was winter, and I didn't know that Bayfield, Wisconsin was the little tourist mecca that it is. I had no idea. I just fell in love with this cute little town, and everybody was super nice and very welcoming, and the kids at the school were just awesome. And I was just like, wow, I really want to come back here. And I also knew one of my bucket list things was I had always heard of the Point to La Pointe swim, which is from here, right here, all the way over. You can't see it now, but way over there, right? So I had always wanted to do that swim. So I came up in the spring to check the town out. I stayed in my bus on the street and played a couple more times at Morty's. And I fell in love with this little town, and there was so many, like, I was like, wow, there's tourists here? Like, this is, I mean, I get why. It's freaking gorgeous, right? And this lake, like, clean water is like, clean water is going to be, in my mind, one of the highest traded commodities ever. And here it just comes out of the ground. And so I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I can't wait to come up again for the swim, because I signed up for the swim. So I did this swim, and if you look over here, there was like, you know, from here all the way across, there's all these huge buoys, green, yellow, red, yellow, green, way over there, right? And I stopped at the red one in the middle, and I had this 5 mil wetsuit on. The surface temperature of the water was like 70 degrees, so it was warm. So I stopped right in the middle at the red buoy. And I was hot because I had already been swimming a mile. And I opened up my wetsuit to let cool water in, to kind of cool myself off. And then I just drank the water from the lake. And you can drink the water. And the coolness of the water coming in, plus the nourishing water that was going into my body, sent me into a super spiritual. I had a spiritual experience in the middle of the lake. And I was like, oh my God, this place is calling me. This place is totally calling me. Not too long after that, I was talking with a friend who was really into sailing. He was like, I wanted to sail. And I was like, dude, I want to sail too. Like, I've always wanted to sail. A lot of people that are really close to me think that it's this new harebrained idea, but like, obviously, you know that I have a Volkswagen bus. And so I feel the most free in my life when I'm cruising in my bus. And I don't care where I'm going or how far it is. I could be going to the grocery store. I could be going to California on Dead Tour, or going to La Crosse or Winona or whatever it is. But if I'm cruising in my bus, if I'm just putting on miles, I love it. So the next progression for me was basically like sailing. Because with the bus, you still need a road and you still need gas. But sailing, there's no road and it's the wind. And I've always just really wanted to explore that. I took that ASA 101 sailing class. And I passed it. And some friends have had boats up here. And this guy I know, Bill Hooper, who used to come and see me, sold boats. And he's like, you know, like, dude, I have a gem of a boat. I have a gem of a boat. It's for sale by this 82 and 83-year-old couple. They just can't do it anymore. They want to get out. So if you can put a couple, $500 down, I can hold it for you until you can figure it out. And I was like, all right. So he held it for me. And I played on it, and I mean, you saw some posts, whatever. And then today I was up here for Polar Plunge and to play for Morty's because it's Winterfest or whatever it is. And I realized, wow, it's a year. And why am I telling you all this? Well, everybody, I've gotten some fucking posts where like, dude, why are you selling all your stuff? Why are you selling all your stuff? Well, after 18 years of living in my house, my landlord wants to sell it. We couldn't meet on price, which was unfortunate because we just, I don't know. That's another whole capitalistic thing. But we couldn't meet on price. So after 18 years, I'm getting rid of all my stuff. I'm selling everything that I possibly can. I bought the boat, and on May 1st, after my big show, which I will let you know about very soon, I'm going to be moving to Bayfield because this is where I really, really want to be, and it's beautiful, and I love the fresh water, and I love the woods, and I love the people up here. And so, you know, I lived in a house for 18 years. The things that I had that were kind of keeping me in the city, you know, I had a relationship that fell apart. The housing thing went away. I don't know, man. Life is calling me to a different thing. And I'm going to go have a grand adventure. I want to go sailing. And so it's just very, very apropos that today was the Polar Plunge, which a year ago I was here for the very first time. And this place is literally called to me like a siren. And I am so in love with this lake and with fresh water and with the people of Bayfield and the people of Red Cliff and the people of Washburn. And it is amazing. And they have 100% accepted me into their community with open arms. And I have gigs and I have work and I'm gonna be a lifeguard at the rec center. And yeah, so that's what's happening. Thank you for your time. In the next couple weeks, I'm going to be having sales at my house. So if there's anything you need or you post, if I post something that you want to buy, that's totally fine. You can just come and take stuff too, but you're helping me achieve a really, really awesome dream of I'm going to live on a boat. I'm going to live on this boat. And what are you going to do in the winter when it's cold? Well, you know what? I'm a survivor and I'll figure it out. I've always figured it out. But I'm moving to Bayfield in 2 months. So, because I love it here. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.